First day of school in Somerset ISD. Thousands of kiddos getting ready to head out. The buses are rolling out, 65 buses here in Somerset ISD, and we're talking to some of the drivers. In some cases, spent decades with this district and absolutely love what they do. We're going to find out what's happening here in Somerset ISD live, coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. Antonio starts right now.
All right, that back to school coverage. You see,
Yes.
we got it on lock. This is your back to school authority, and we are doing more than back to school. We got headlines and so much more to cover too.
Yes, welcome back. Not only Somerset, New Braunfels ISD, the Unicorns.
Yep.
One of the coolest mascot names in the state of Texas, and also Ingram too. So we have got you covered with all of your back to school stuff. But as Jeff said, a lot else going on.
Yes. So Justin,
Yep.
specifically speaking, gonna need some fans in that bus.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, they got the AC now. Somerset, we want to stay on academics, but great football team too. Could be a good year. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast. If you're heading out the door to the bus stop this morning, look, Jaffney's right. It is going to be very hot today. We're expecting temperatures to jump up above 100, but after today, we are going to see the temperatures trending down. One reason for that is because we've got rain in the forecast. Best odds are going to be Tuesday through Friday, and I think Thursday may be our best day of all. We're talking about rain chances. And the tropics, we got the latest on Aaron and some new development just behind Aaron. So things are getting very active out in the Atlantic. Does not appear yet that this will have an impact on our forecast, but it is something to watch. Forecast for today, we start off in the 70s this morning, 93 by noontime, 99 by 2 o'clock, 101 will be your high temperature today. There is a 20% chance of rain as we get into the afternoon. Low odds, but the rain chances after today do go up. 40% chance tomorrow, 40% chance Wednesday, 50% chance Thursday, and a 40% chance Friday. That's what we like to see in the extended forecast. We'll dig in a little deeper. I'll show you some of the computer models coming up in just a couple of minutes. RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Justin. Taking a look at your traffic authority, and within the span of about 10-15 minutes or so, we have got some pretty significant crashes on the roads right now. This is going to be I-10 westbound traffic on the lower level right there at Culebra, a little bit, again, northwest of the downtown San Antonio area. It looks like we have multiple lanes shut down, at least one lane of traffic still open for our drivers in that area. But we also have this incident. This is 90 at Callahan, and that's going to be on the westbound traffic. Reports of a car fire. It looks like we do have some emergency officials also on the scene. Not sure if that's SAPD or the San Antonio Fire Department, but we'll try and get a little bit more information. So not only do we have the situation there, Culebra, westbound traffic, but 90 starting to see a little bit of incidents out there. But we do want to remind our folks that as of this morning, we have this brand new flyover open. This is going to be I-10 West at Foster that will take you from I-10 West to 410 South past Rigsby Avenue. So good news here for our drivers on the east side of town, but we will continue to monitor the situation with a couple of those crashes across the city. Let's go to Alex right now for the very latest in Drive Cam and see exactly where Alex is at. And of course, he is at one of the scenes of one of these accidents. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. This is going to be the scene northwest of downtown, and it's actually going to be on the eastbound lanes of I-10. So if you're coming into the downtown area, I-10 eastbound before Colorado, do know that we are in the clearing stages of this accident right here. Traffic trying to squeeze through right there in the middle. So if you can avoid the lower level, use that upper level. You're not going to run into this problem that you see right here. I-10 eastbound is going to be pretty much clogged up from Colorado all the way back to Woodlawn right now, RJ.
Okay, thank you very much for that update, Alex, for all of our drivers in the downtown area. Jeff.
All right, let's get to the latest. We got a man who is dead and another waking up in jail this morning after a stabbing outside of a New Braunfels dance hall. This happened on Sunday, just after midnight, where police say a large disturbance happened. And at one point, a 52-year-old man was stabbed. He later died at the hospital, but police arrested 55-year-old David Saldana, who's been charged with homicide.
Two parents in custody this morning after a 2-year-old child was found wandering alone in South Bexar County. Now, deputies tell us with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office that they were sent out to Eutropic Circle on a neighborhood off of I-37. That's where they found the 2-year-old girl running near a main road with a dirty diaper. Deputies told us that they followed the girl to a home with, quote, horrific living conditions. Now, they contacted the child's parents, and that is Alexandra Pruitt and Benito Lopez, and arrested them at their home for child endangerment. You're taking some look at the video here of that arrest. The child was taken to the hospital as a precaution, and Child Protective Services were contacted as well.
Okay, let's get to this disturbing story right here. We got a Texas A&M professor arrested after exposing himself at the University of Texas's campus.
Okay, so Russell Taylor Johns is his name. He was arrested Wednesday after allegedly exposing himself while staring at two female UT students back in April. And again, this is all according to an arrest affidavit. A Texas A&M spokesperson said that Johns was hired after the April incident, but that they had no knowledge of the allegation at the time that he was hired.
So he has since been suspended by A&M and has not taught any classes. But when the incident took place, the professor was visiting. Johns now facing charges of indecent exposure.
Well, here's a chance for you to speak out today. The city of San Antonio inviting residents to join a series of budget town hall meetings to learn more about the fiscal year 2026 proposed budget. City Manager Eric Walsh and staff from some key departments will share highlights and answer questions from the community. The proposed budget was presented all the way back in August 14th, and covers the city's finances from October to the end of September next year. This is a chance for residents to give their feedback before the council votes on the budget on September 18th. Now, get this, two meetings will be held, one on the south side at the Lions Senior Center on Pecan Valley Drive and the other at the Northeast Senior Center on Thousand Oaks. Both of those meetings starting at 6:30 in the evening.
Let's get to some of your morning headlines. Today, we got several world leaders set to attend talks in Washington, D.C. between Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and U.S. President Donald Trump.
That includes British Prime Minister Keir Starmer confirming his attendance on Sunday as well. Also joining in this are Germany's Chancellor, the French President Emmanuel Macron, and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. They'll discuss Russia's war on Ukraine and explore possible peace deals.
In this meeting following President Donald Trump's recent summit in Alaska with Russian President Vladimir Putin, where Putin agreed to provide robust security guarantees for Ukraine from the U.S. as a part of a potential peace agreement.
All right, one of our other stories here. Meanwhile, flight attendants with Air Canada remaining off the job as of yesterday, despite a Canadian government order where they need to get back to work.
So the 10,000 flight attendants started their strike on Saturday, leading to widespread flight cancellations. Air Canada had hoped to resume service on Sunday, but that didn't happen. The flight attendants are demanding higher wages and pay for time when planes are grounded.
Air Canada says it's offered a 30% pay increase over 4 years, including an hourly raise of 12 to 16% in the first year. But the airline says that they still plan to resume their flights by later on this evening.
5 Texas school districts are now at risk of having their elected school boards replaced by the state. Connolly, Lake Worth, Beaumont, Wichita Falls, and Fort Worth have all received 5 consecutive failing grades at one or more campuses, triggering possible state intervention. The Texas Education Agency has not made any final decisions just yet, but it could also order school closures instead of board takeovers.
Now, some districts have already taken steps like closing struggling schools or partnering with charter networks to avoid those sanctions. This comes after years of delayed ratings. Recently released followed a court ruling that allowed the state to make those ratings public.
All right, now to some good news about schools. Okay, today, a big day for a lot of students.
Absolutely. Okay, here's what we're looking at. It is a back to school Monday for a lot of our kiddos out there, a lot that are going to be heading back to class. So again, the first day of school for New Braunfels ISD, Somerset ISD, also Ingram, and some schools in Edgewood ISD as well.
And then tomorrow, we got Kamal ISD will have their first day. And lastly, on Wednesday, Hunt ISD will join others for their first day back. And again, we're wishing everybody the best of luck. Heading back to class right now with team coverage this morning.
And that includes our Ernie Zuniga, who is hanging out with us this morning. It's Somerset ISD, and he's doing live reports from that district throughout the morning. Ernie, how's it looking out there?
Guys, good morning to you. We're having a lot of fun. No, we're having a lot of fun, RJ. Thank you so much for that here. We are at the bus barn, and I'm slightly delayed Ruben Rios' journey this morning. We have permission, though. He's okay. We're actually right in front of your bus 84 is yours, right?
Yes, that's my bus.
He's smiling from ear to ear. The first day of school, there's nothing like it, right?
No, it's awesome. I mean, to get to see these kids, we're the first ones to get to see them in the morning. We're fortunate. It's just, we're the first ones to see them, and we're ready. We've been training for about a week, so and this is our first day. We're ready to go. We're looking forward to see some new faces and some old faces from last year, and I mean, it doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, I know you're fired up here. We're talking about Miss Lily earlier, who's 40 plus years in the district. You're 30 plus years in the district.
30 years.
Why do you decide to keep doing this year after year?
Children. I mean, I love working with them. I've worked for this district for 30 years at different positions.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
It's just awesome working here.
You were telling me about some of the unique challenges about driving out here in Somerset, being out in the country, if you will. You run into the occasional livestock, right?
Yes, livestock.
You just had a call a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah, we just got a call about some cows loose down the road.
Okay.
So we got to be careful with them as we're going down those roads because it is dark.
Yeah.
And some of the cows are in dark color. So
that is true. That is true. And you don't have that issue in all the districts necessarily in the city, but that is something certainly here in Somerset. Listen, all the best to you, Mr. Rios.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do, sir. Have a fantastic year. There you go. One of the many great employees here at Somerset ISD who, again, decades worth of service and no signs of slowing down anytime soon. These people absolutely love what they're doing. So we're going to go ahead and take off from here and go across the way. Barrera Veterans Elementary is literally on the other side of the bus barn here, the other side of the field. We're going to go over there and have some fun and get ready for those kiddos to arrive for their first day of school coming up in the next hour. So for now, that is the scene from the bus barn here at Somerset ISD. I'm Ernie Zuniga, KSAT 12 News.
All right. It's always good to see that.
Love to see the bus drivers.
And then especially, like I said, my biggest thing is seeing how they've equipped the buses too, so that the kiddos are not only going to school, but they're going there comfortably. I think that's always a blessing for the start of school year.
Absolutely. All right, Justin, what are things going to look like for all of the kids headed back to school today?
Today, looking pretty good. I don't think there's any issues this morning if you're heading out the door to get to the bus or this afternoon. But later this week, you may want to pack an umbrella in your backpack. We'll show you why and how good those rain chances are coming up.
All right, thank you, Justin. Coming up, we're going to give you a first look at those deadly rip currents rescuing along the East Coast. We're going to share the latest safety tips from experts to keep you and your family safe.
And a San Antonio ISD graduate headed to Harvard this fall, and he says local college program helped make that possible. We're talking about a program that preps high school students for success in the STEM fields and how they helped this young man coming up.
Coming up on 6 Back to School Monday. Speaking of back to school, a San Antonio ISD grad is heading to Harvard this fall, and he's crediting a San Antonio college program for his academic growth. It's called Upward Bound Math and Science, a program geared towards high school students interested in going to college and majoring in STEM. So this young man's name is Periel Munoz. He was part of that program since he was a freshman at Highlands High School, where he got some guidance from older students. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we're going to tell you how the Upward Bound program helped Periel start visualizing his journey towards Harvard.
All right, let's check out those roadways, see how active
Right,
we're getting
let's do that. Yes, it's definitely been a little bit more active over the past couple of minutes or so, Jeff. So I'm going to kind of go back here and see if we could get a look at our TransGuide traffic cameras. If my remote will play nice with me. Okay, it is not. So I'm just going to manually go do this. But yes, we do have a couple of incidents, especially right here on the west side of town. That's going to be 90 at Callahan. Have that one reported vehicle fire. This is going to be all of our traffic headed towards this one specific direction there on 90. So we'll keep an eye on that situation. Wanted to get you out to the citywide map, and that's what I was trying to get to a little bit earlier. Kind of showed you a little bit of the delays over here for our drivers on the far west side of town. That's going to be our folks coming in on 90. Coming in from the Castroville area. And then the downtown area, we do have that one incident that Alex reported earlier. It was actually on the I-10 on the eastbound lane. So all the traffic that's coming into the downtown area. Let's actually go to Alex and see if we could get an update on that in Drive Cam. Alex, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. Well, I'm keeping an eye on this scene right here, but it's in the clearing stages, so it could be cleared within the next 10 to 15 minutes. But if you're coming into the downtown area, I-10 eastbound, this is the lower level scene. So your best alternate route, just take that upper level. It's going to bypass all of this traffic right now because I-10 eastbound is going to be backed up pretty much from Colorado Street all the way back to past Woodlawn this morning, RJ.
Okay, so pretty significant delay there, and hopefully they could get this cleared out by the time we get some of those elementary school kids out there getting ready to go back to class. Let's go to Justin now with a check of today's weather. Jay Horn.
Thanks, sir. We're going to check in on yesterday's temperature, which was at 100, actually 101 to be exact. And so that's another day above 100. We're now at 15. August has brought us a lot of heat. There's no two ways around it. And I think today could be 16. But after today, We are forecasting temperatures to stay below that triple-digit mark, so that's good news. Here's how I think today plays out. 82 at 9 a.m., noontime 93, 97 at 1 o'clock. Heat index is going to be up around 103, 104, so please do know that. And there is a small outside chance of a shower, 20%. High temperatures will be around 101 today. Hot, humid, very small chance of rain. That's kind of the main takeaway. But as I said, after today, things do get better. There is the forecast heat index, 104 here in San Antonio, 106 is what it will feel like in Gonzales, 108 in Victoria. This is the kind of weather where heat illness can sneak up on you pretty quickly. We don't want to forget about that. So just, please be careful. Rainfall accumulation so far this year, this is January 1st to now, 20.31. We're just a little bit above average, so just under an inch above average. We could use some more rain, at least here in San Antonio. And if we don't get any, we're going to fall below average here within the week. Monday, today, this is 4 o'clock. We're expecting just a couple of showers here and there. This is 5:30. Again, don't pay too close attention to exactly where these develop, but the idea is that 1 or 2 storms may pop up during the afternoon hours, mainly along and east of I-35. Now, as we get into tomorrow, you're going to notice the radar is more active, and we have some disturbances rolling through. We've got the right ingredients there to get some showers and storms going, but you're noticing there's a lot more there coming up tomorrow. This is tomorrow at 4. So we put in a 40% chance of rain tomorrow, and that'll be afternoon hours into the evening. Then beyond that, our ridge high pressure, heat high, moves away. This is a good pattern for us. You get flow out of the north, you get some disturbances rolling down, and I do think that Wednesday, Thursday, especially Thursday into Friday, we'll see some decent chances of rain. That doesn't mean it's going to be raining the whole time. You know the drill here. It's the pop-up stuff, but I think we're going to get some pretty good coverage. More so than we've seen in a while, and this could help us with our rainfall totals. 101 today, 98 tomorrow, 98 Wednesday. I also think with this added rain and cloud cover, you'll see temperatures come down. So 95 Thursday, 94 on Thursday, 94 Friday, or 95 Thursday, 94 Friday, I should say. And then rain chances do drop off by the weekend, and temperatures go back up as football gets underway this weekend. So excited about this. All right, our Just Ask Justin question. What's the number one cause of death when a hurricane makes landfall here in the United States? Your options are storm surge, inland flooding, flying debris, or tornadoes. You can vote ksat.com/poll, scan the QR code, storm surge.
We are back live in Somerset ISD this morning for the first day of school inside the cafeteria/stage area at Barrera Veterans Elementary. So how do you feed 4,200 kids, and what's for breakfast this morning? We'll answer all those questions and talk to some amazing people here in Somerset ISD coming up.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Rip Current rescues.
I came down with my family, and for the whole week, it was just insane.
So-called flash rip currents hitting Hampton Beach in New Hampshire. Over 100 people rescued in the last week alone.
You could be at waist, chest depth, in the water, perfectly fine, and then a set comes through, a set of waves, it kicks up the sand, it rips that sand out.
And just days ago, drone video capturing a high-stakes rescue in New Jersey. Crews pulling 5 people out of a deadly rip current. A 31-year-old father did not survive. Now, as Hurricane Erin threatens to bring rip currents to the East Coast, we'll try out the latest advice from experts on how to stay safe.
The ocean's a dangerous playground. It could take you in a second.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on these dangerous rip currents. Plus, Ginger Z has the latest on the track and timing of Hurricane Erin. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News.
Yeah, those rip currents. Don't mess around with that.
Hey, man.
No. Do you like to go into the water when you're at the beach?
No. I do it just to get, I'm safe enough. Okay, 6:35, 78 degrees outside.
Okay, Texas DPS troopers aren't just patrolling the roads, they're also trained to hoist and rappel from helicopters, as you can see right there, to rescue people in danger. Up next, an exclusive first look at how some of these heroes quickly deployed over the hill country this past 4th of July to save lives.
And we're taking a live look outside right now. Photojournalist Alice Gomez out and about on the roadways, giving you that firsthand view of what your commutes are looking like. Coming up, we got that coming your way, starting at 6:30.
Live from KSAT 12. Good
The weather
Morning
was
San
pretty
Antonio
bad,
starts
rainy,
right
clouds
now.
were bad, cloud cover was bad, because that's one of the most dangerous part of helicopter operations, flying into cloud.
They put their lone lives at risk to save men, women, and children from the hill country flooding. Texas DPS swimmers sharing their experience for the first time with our only KSAT, Patty Santos.
And a good morning to everyone out there as we hit our 6:30 half hour. Yes, that was exclusive video, and Patty is here in the studio. She's going to tell us a lot more about that as we get set on your work week.
Yeah, so I will say, I got to tell you guys this story. I turned my car on Friday on my way home, red everywhere on my dashboard. I ran out of coolant. So I know, exactly, and it scared me. I went straight to O'Reilly and got it replaced. I got me a little tank coming in, but needless to say, this is not the time to be running out of coolant.
No, now it's not.
No.
You need it.
I know.
Yeah, it's been so hot and so humid, and I'm going to try to get us some relief later this week, but it will probably take until midweek for that to happen. Today, we're still up over 100. Let's go outside for you. And upper 70s right now. We've got some clouds with a little bit of light on the horizon. Not a bad start. At least we're below 80, so there's that. 70-40 Braunfels, 79 in Converse, 72 Bernie. Very light winds, feels like numbers. We have a little bit of a heat index, but really the heat index does get quite high later this afternoon. Sunrise, by the way, in about 34 minutes. Sunset will be at 8:11. We are losing minutes pretty quickly now. 13 hours and 6 minutes. That is the length of your day. Bus stop forecast. If you're heading out to the bus stop this morning, temperatures will start off in the upper 70s, mostly cloudy skies, sticky. Then we're at 100 by 3 o'clock. Heat index will be 103. After school practices will be rough today. Please know that. Any sort of rain chance is going to be on the low end, 20%. And then, as we said, we've had 15 days this year, 100 or above. Today likely makes 16. So what changes? We do have some better rain chances to talk about. We'll get you all the details and time it out for you. Coming up in just a couple minutes, we get over to RJ now and get you out the door this morning. What's going on the roads?
All right, Justin. Yes, very busy on the roads right now as we again get all the kids back to class here for all of our major school districts. I-10 at 410. So we talked about this earlier. This was where they opened up that brand new flyover, but there are reports of a crash. You see it right here off to the side there. That's going to be the westbound lanes of I-10, I believe there. So again, this just popped up on our TransGuide traffic feed. I'm going to step aside here, kind of give us a look. Yes, that is going to be I-10 West right there at the 410 interchange. So obviously a lot going on the east side of town. They have that brand new flyover open, but also downtown area. And it looks like our maps are updating, but there's where we had that one crash earlier, lower level of I-10 eastbound right there at Culebra. And that was backing things up to parts of Woodlawn as well. So we will move on from that. We also have this right here. This is an incident. Again, this is going to be on the east side of town. That's going to be where we had that crash, and that's going to be where I-10 and 410 basically kind of meet right there in the middle. So a lot of different things going on across the city right now as we speak. We're going to continue to follow the latest as we give you another look here at some of our TransGuide traffic cameras across the city of San Antonio. Shot there 10 West at 1604. And coming up later on in the show, we will check in with Alex to see how things are looking in DriveCam for your Monday morning commute.
Time right now, 6:32. Well, Texas DPS troopers are trained to hoist from and rappel from helicopters to save people in danger. You're seeing it right here. Here's a first look at the video, never been seen before, of this training. Specialized search and rescue swimmers and what they undergo. Now, these teams self-deployed during an emergency, and on July 4th, they were up and flying over the hill country in just a few hours.
Received a call around 4 or 5 o'clock to my recollection to say, hey, we need to go to Kerrville now.
Took us a few hours to get in. What normally would have been probably an hour flight. Was just dodging terrain and picking through clouds, you know. It was, getting there was half the battle for sure.
It was line of sight, trying to get in to the area, and we were basically going hill to hill. If we could see the hill past the hill that's in front of us, then we go towards it and we try to and we proceed from there.
DPS rescue swimmers Tyson Chow, Nicholas Duhan, and Dylan Burke were some of the first air rescue teams to arrive in Kirk County on July 4th.
The amount of destruction in Kerrville whenever we were flying over, I had never seen anything like it. It was devastating.
The weather was bad and it was a dangerous mission.
At the time, our role was, landing on a site we didn't know what was going on. All we were told, there's bodies everywhere.
In those early hours, communication was not so clear.
It took people like Chow going over there and deconflicting some of those things to get people sent to the right rescues.
As much training as they go through, Duhan says people's desperation to be rescued made their jobs even more difficult.
Our first one was definitely the hardest one that I had ever been through, training or otherwise. It was a very difficult situation. She was on a very thin branch. We were worried about that branch breaking, and the river was directly below her, or not directly, she was still 20 feet up in the air.
The hardest task, finding survivors in an area covered in debris and nowhere safe to land.
We'd been dispatched to locate a family. We got there and had some trouble finding them at first. It was just all the houses were ripped off the slabs, and there was a lot of destruction. So it kind of made finding our survivors challenging.
Slowly, and just like training, injured adults, children, and a pregnant woman were rappelled to safety.
One of the victims had a large gash in his hand, cut it all the way down to the bone. And so that was something to work around with the rescue equipment. The first victim, I met with her afterwards, and she said that she was hit by a house and broke her ribs while she was in the water. And she ended up having a punctured lung.
Burke alone did 5 rescues. The teams worked countless hours over 2 days in hundreds of rescue events. Miraculously, none of the rescuers were injured.
Just like to give all glory to God. He had his hand on us that day. He guided us, protected us on all those rescues we were doing.
And some of the Texas DPS teams were able to meet the victims later. They tell me some of the life-saving scenarios can never be duplicated because they were so dangerous. And today is the Together for Texas concert. It'll be at the Tobin Center, and all proceeds go to the local flood relief efforts. Tickets start at $35. Now, if you cannot go, you can catch the concert live on KSAT 12. And of course, it's free on the KSAT Plus app. Due to the benefit concert, some of the ABC programs that normally air on Monday are going to be moved to different times. So Bachelor in Paradise will air at 1:35 a.m. on Tuesday, and Are You My First will air at 1:35 a.m. on Wednesday.
All right, thanks so much, Patty. Fantastic coverage right there. Okay, so switching gears now, we got the first day of school started for some people in our several different districts out there.
That's right. Welcome back, all you little unicorns there. New Braunfels ISD, the Somerset Bulldogs, Ingram as well, as we continue to follow the latest out there in the Hill Country, and also some schools within Edgewood ISD. I know they've kind of had a little bit of a staggered school start to their brand new year.
Our very own Ernie Zuniga live right now, Somerset ISD. And again, doing live reports right now. It looks like he's in the cafeteria or somewhere, some type of staging
like an
area.
auditorium or
right,
something.
having a good time. Ernie, what's going on?
You are both correct. Auditorium behind me, but on the other side is the kitchen. And as you can see here, breakfast is served. And I've got Leticia Villa here, the child nutrition specialist with Somerset ISD, and I was just trying to figure out, like, how do you feed 4,250 hungry bulldogs?
Very early in the morning.
Because this has been, I mean, people have been here since a long time ago. The ladies took off with the carts of food just a little while ago.
Yes, we have it down to a science. We are very blessed to have such a great team that is motivated and love coming into work to feed our kids. This is our first day back, so we get it down to a science. I mean, they're here sometimes at 5:45 in the morning, and then as soon as that's done, we pack up breakfast and get ready for lunch. So it's quick.
It's about go time here.
It's about this. Yes, as soon as we're done, yes.
I was having flashbacks because this citrus juice, this orange juice, I mean, I probably did live off of this in junior high and high school. And you've got it's a very balanced breakfast. It looks like some very recognizable things here on the tray.
It's a very nutritious, balanced breakfast. We have all components. We do have 2 grains of to be able to provide for our kids. So cereal, and then we offer the toast. So there's a lot of rules and regulations that we have to follow due to our program, the CEP, which they can find on squaremeals.com.
Favorite part of the first day of school for you is what?
Greeting the first person at the door. Yes, I just love when they're so excited to see us, and just that's the way to go and to start the day.
Fantastic. Well, listen, nutrition obviously is a very important part of the school day, and we're so appreciative of what you and your staff do and for giving us a few minutes here on the first day of school. All the best to you and have a fantastic school year.
Great. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Leticia Villa and the crew here just quite literally serving it up here in Somerset ISD. So again, we have much more to get to from the cafeteria and beyond here at Barrera Veterans Elementary in Somerset ISD. We'll be back in just a little bit, guys. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Ernie. Okay, so back to your back-to-school pictures that you've been sending in through our KSAT Connect. We got to get some love right here to this Moms of Teen 86 Medina Valley High School student, senior Allie Anderson, parking spot 2025-2026. This is pretty cool because, get this, it says, #Toothless, how to train your dragon, poured out all of her talent, sweat, and tears. Shout out to her. That's a really nice picture of there. So, hey, welcome back to school. And we got another one coming in right here. This one's coming in from Tina. Said this is Lily's first day of high school, coming from the King William area. So, hey, congratulations. We'll welcome everybody back. And again, we hope that you guys have a wonderful first day to school. And we also want you guys to keep on sending your pictures in so that we can show you some love right here on our KSAT Connect. Again, send it in. We got that QR code right there at the bottom of your screen. We would love to see them. And again, good luck to everybody out there going back to school.
All right, coming up here, yes, welcome back to school, all those kids. That's the mighty Brackenridge Eagles that Lily was at out there. Lost a pet. Okay, this story, we're going to tell you about some artificial intelligence that can help you find them faster than ever. You definitely don't want to miss this story about how a nationwide program is reuniting thousands of pets with their families.
All right, it is 6:40, 78 degrees. We go outside for you. We've got just a few clouds. It is very sticky this morning. We're going to update you on the traffic. So we've got a major hurricane with Aaron, but there is also activity behind this. Where might it go? We'll take a look coming up.
6:43 right now. So again, we see it all too often where a lot of our dogs go missing, and then we have to put up those flyers both in neighborhoods and on social media.
Yeah, I hate to see that across different neighborhoods, but we've heard a lot about artificial intelligence as well. It seems like that's actually going to help out the cause.
Now, here's the question. What if we told you that there is some technology out there that is helping bringing those pets back?
KSAT's Madeline Lambert spoke with a woman who reunited with her dog after it was missing for, get this, over a month, and this was all thanks to AI.
Just ran, she took off running, and she got out of the gate and she was lost.
Juliet Gonzalez lost her elderly dog, Sandy, during the major rainfall San Antonio got on June 12th.
And we've been driving around the neighborhood, but we didn't find her. So it was very scary.
Sandy is partially blind and hard of hearing, which made Juliet worry even more during the several weeks she was missing.
I was hoping that somebody, since we weren't seeing her in the neighborhood or anything or at the shelters, I was hoping somebody took her in and was just caring for her.
It wasn't until Juliet heard about a free program called Love Lost. It's partnered with Petco to find or report missing pets.
If the pet is ever lost, or if the pet is lost, right, and they're uploading that information, the database actually uses, the technology to then search.
Renee Moreno is the chief of staff at Petco Love Lost. He says more than 100,000 pets have been reunited using their AI-powered tools.
In the case you're looking for your missing pet, or if you're trying to help someone find their pet, you can go to petcolove.org online. It's free, and that's where you can go to submit all your information.
So that's what Juliet did. She said she checked Love Lost daily for 2 weeks, never losing hope that she'd find her dog.
Luckily, we were off that day, and first thing I did is I looked on the site, and her picture was the first one that popped up. And I was like, that's her, that's her.
And just by uploading some pictures, the tool uses AI to find a match to ultimately reunite pets with their owners.
Especially like with fires or floods where there's the pet might have gone through some damage or trauma, burns or whatever, it's still even making some matches too.
Juliet's story offers a glimpse of hope to others who may still be looking for their lost pets. Madeline Lambert, KSAT 12 News.
All right, very interesting story there. You can find out more on our website, ksat.com. Let's give you an update on the situation, again, on the east side of town where we have a crash that is causing some major delays here. That's going to be I-10, our eastbound traffic going towards 410. So keep that in mind. We have that brand new flyover that's also open now in this area. So that's going to be on the opposite side. As you see, basically our traffic that's kind of making its way from I-10 to 410 northbound, seeing some of those delays. That flyover is actually going to go from I-10 west all the way down to 410 South. So kind of on an opposite end, but still a lot of activity taking place on that side of town. Quick check of our traffic situation right here. So 90 over by General McMullen and Couples Road. Reports of a crash there earlier. It looks like for the most part, traffic is moving along. There's also reports of a crash by 151 and 90. That looks like it's clear. Most of our delays right now, they're going to be in the downtown area. 35 northbound headed towards Burbank High School. All right, let's check in with Alex right now and see exactly what's going on in Drive Cam on this Monday morning. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. I'm on the west side right now. This is the scene where we had that crash, 90 westbound at Callahan Road. So the car just pulled out of here. It's been towed away, and the right lane is still going to be blocked. But again, SAPD in the moment right now, they're actually picking up those cones, TxDOT Heroes picking up those barrels, and it looks like they're going to be reopening that right lane. So 90 westbound is going to be back in action over here on the west side, RJ.
Okay, good stuff as usual, Alex, for all of our folks on the west side making their way through that part of town. Justin, how are we looking out?
Thanks, sir. I want to show you some video very quickly. This is the eye of Hurricane Aaron. Hurricane hunters flew through this. This is an incredible sight. It is like a stadium. Think of it like that. And when you're in the eye, of course, there are no winds. But then as soon as you fly back into the eye wall, things get really hairy, and that's what you're seeing there with the hurricane hunters. They do important work, all that data feeding into our models. Let me show you what Hurricane Aaron looks like right now. We had some weakening, but now it is starting to strengthen again. Category 4 hurricane, there's the eye. It is producing quite a bit of rain around the Bahamas. They are not taking a direct hit here, but certainly some impacts, no doubt about it. Winds are at 130 miles per hour. It's moving northwest at about 13. It will continue to kind of start to take that turn more to the north. And as it does, it's going to kick up a lot of waves. So what we've done here on the forecast path, where you see these reds, that's where we have the highest waves. And they're going to go out quite a distance. I mean, this is a big storm, but even along the East Coast, you're talking about 6 to 8 foot swells here, which is pretty significant. Winds are still going to be 120 miles per hour, by the way, as we get into Wednesday. And these high waves are going to affect the entire East Coast as this system works off to the north and eventually northeast. Again, no landfall here, but some effects nonetheless. There's another wave just behind Aaron. Right now, it has not shown any signs of organization, but we think that it may. As it gets later into this week, there's a 50% chance for that. Where does it go after it, if it were to develop? Where would it move? It's still too early to say. I mean, there are some chances it could curve like Aaron. There are some chances it could continue west towards Cuba and maybe into the Gulf. We'll have to wait and see, but it does bear some watching, and we certainly will do that for you. We have plenty of time. 79 degrees at 8 o'clock, 82 9 a.m., 86 at 10 a.m. By noontime, we're at 93, and we top out at 101 today. Heat index will be 103 to 104, and there is a 20% chance of a shower today. Let me show you that on the Futurecast. This is 4 o'clock, shows a stray shower or two popping up. 5:30, same story. I just don't think we see a lot of coverage today. Today's going to be, kind of like the last, or like yesterday, where it's just hot and, maybe a stray shower. But tomorrow's a little different story. We get some energy coming in from the north and east, and we should see more coverage tomorrow. This is around 4 o'clock. Shows a good scattering of showers and downpours, so be prepared to dodge one or two tomorrow. And there could be a few pockets of heavy rain mixed in there too. So this is around 6 o'clock tomorrow. Rain chances go up to 40% on your Tuesday. They stay there Wednesday. And in fact, Thursday, our best day for rain, 50% chance. Still a 40% chance on Friday. So we got a pretty nice stretch here where hopefully you can get some rain where you are and it will fill up your rain gauge. Here's the extended forecast. 98 tomorrow, 98 Wednesday. Because of the rain chances, because of the clouds, rain chances or temperatures will come down. 95 Thursday, 94 on Friday. Just us, Justin. We just got done talking about the tropics. And my question to you was, what's the #1 cause of death when a hurricane makes landfall? The votes are in, and overwhelmingly, folks think storm surge. You want to render a guess?
Yeah, based off your hand gestures that you gave me, I do think it is a storm surge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's A.
Yeah,
you guys are right. Yeah.
Yeah, A as well. And off the top of your head, do you remember what Harvey was? I mean, those were like massive storm surges.
Oh,
right?
we had a big one with that.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 to 12 feet potentially.
That's Incredible.
It just was the size. Harvey was so big. But storm surge is an abnormal rise of ocean water generated by the storm's winds. Historically, this is the leading cause of death and can result in catastrophic damage. Inland flooding, I should mention, this is a close second, and it's becoming more and more of a problem too. Just the heavy rain creating freshwater flooding.
All right, thank you, Justin. All right, stick around. We've got more coming your way after this short.
All right, 6:55 right now. Let's give you a quick check of the roads as we take a look here at the east side of town. This has been kind of our busier spot throughout our entire morning here, and things are not getting any better, especially if you're driving. Again, this is going to be I-10 going eastbound towards the 410 interchange. So again, I-10 east going towards 410. We do have a crash that it looks like right now it is blocking at least the entrance ramp onto parts of 410 here as well. Downtown area, starting to see a lot of traffic build up here. A crash being reported 35 on the southbound lanes right there at 90 near Burbank High School. So again, we'll continue to monitor the situation as we get to GMSA Plus. Justin, how are we looking outside?
All right, good information, RJ. Thank you. As you head out the door this morning, temperatures are in the 70s. We'll be up around 93 by noontime. 101 this afternoon, heat index close to 104. There is a 20% chance of rain. Those rain chances go up tomorrow and Wednesday, and more so on Thursday. So a good week with some decent rain chances mixed in there. Temperatures do come down too, thankfully, into the mid 90s by Thursday and Friday. Jeff?
Thanks so much, Justin. Stick around because GMSA Plus continues after this short break. Our team coverage with the back-to-school season has started and it continues. Ernie Zunica is out and live in Somerset, but we also got the update on your traffic and your weather, as well as those headlines. You guys stick around. GMSA Plus streaming on KSAT Plus and KSAT.com.